All right, guys, let's get started. We are live. It is 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and we will be looking at the E-mini. We have it on the screen along with their oil trade. Let me get ready with those, both of those right now. One of the quick trades this morning, open with a gap and go. Beautiful trade. Haven't traded the ES yet because I was trading on my E-mini account. All right, but we'll look at everything. Okay, so let's open this up and excuse me. Let me start to look at the E-mini right now, guys. As you can see, we gapped down from yesterday. Yesterday, when we were looking at the market as a whole, I told you that there was a bunch of things that I didn't like about. One of them was we did not have a strong volume on our trade from Friday. That was a big signal. I was short of those 22s. You guys recall that? Back to 04. So if I go to the ES right now and look what I did. Well, let's go to the ES. Then I'll show you what I did on oil for you to see. So here is my trade from yesterday, short 27, right? Get out at 4,200, 4,204, and I kind of regret it by not leaving some runners for today. I was expecting to go back above the 4,200 for me to short this morning. We just opened with a gap, right? So we just opened with this gap down, and my goodness, I mean, we just hit that 4,100, 4,103, I believe, 75. So why is that number important on the E-mini? Well, you guys recall this spike, and I will extend the spike all the way to the end of the month, okay, for you to see it. There you have it. And look how important it is for you to have this on your market profile, right? Give me 1 second. Let me respond to someone right here on this because they were expecting me a response. Give me just 1 second. There you have it. All right. So why is it that it is so important to mark your levels? I've been talking about this for the past month, I believe, since April 9th, since the same day we did open this spike back in April the 9th. You can go back and check it out. And now the market just plummeted this morning after the reversal yesterday from that 42.26. Those of you who were here with me yesterday, we left these singles. Recall that. I mean, we are not out of the woods yet out on this trade. Between 42.03 and 42.13, we have those singles. Let me duplicate this and mark it down for you guys here. So we have those singles. Don't forget about that. And the T+2 right now, as we have, is this 42.22. So let me move the settle. This will be a 2+2. Let me get rid of this. Let me actually place it right there. That's our T+2 right now, 42.27. I don't think that's going to happen today, but nonetheless, I want to have it there. 41.67 is actually, and 41.72, you guys recall those two numbers, 41.72 and 41.67 are the numbers that we will be looking for on the way up for this market. Okay, those are the numbers we will be paying attention to. Currently, we are at 41.14 on the market, and we are accepting value here. So let me clear this out. Look what we have in the market. The extension, the range extension that we got during period C, right? We haven't been able to go above. We tagged the overnight high, right? And that was a good short, by the way, the 41.23 short on the D period. We just tagged the overnight low, that overnight low, trying to go back inside the overnight range. Unless we start accepting value inside the overnight range, there is nothing for us to do because The target will be 41.33. So being here at the lows, what I would like to see is whether or not we will be accepting value here on this level. Volume is not there. Even though at these levels, you don't see that big increase in volume yet. So I will be very small if I take any long trades on the market. It looks pretty healthy, but let me tell you, and I think one of my guys posted in the room, let me go back to my Discord channel, and we have 40.60. You guys recall the 40.67, and I have it marked down here. Let me make sure I increase that. This is the 3-day balance, the first week of April. That 3-day balance that I'm referring to is the one that gave us the break. This one. This 3-day balance between 40.72, let me make sure we look at those prices. There, 40.72 and 40.59, all right? And then we never corrected those singles all the way to 4050, all the way to 4050, guys. So, I mean, we have a long way to go all the way to 4050. Now, that would be, maybe a 5% retracement, about 3.5% retracement from the highs. Good pullback, healthy pullback. We've been waiting for that healthy pullback. I mean, you got tons and tons of stocks at a discount today for your money. One of the things that I always advise people is to have cash on the sidelines for these type of events. Yesterday I went long, and I'm gonna go over those long trades that I did. I mean, I just missed my trade again on 64.17 on oil. So I'm gonna move on to oil in about a minute or so. But I want you to understand the reason why my guys, they know in the room about these levels. 40.67, between 40.72 and 40.60, we have this 3-day balance. This 3-day balance has not been revisited since the first week of April. So maybe now we will do it during the second week of May. That would be healthy. And then we start moving the other way around. Let me see if you can see the bigger picture of this. Let me see if I can zoom out completely. And this will give you the much better understanding of what the profile has been so helpful over the past, over the past 3 weeks and a half. I mean, 4 weeks and a half now. So here is April 9th, okay? Come on. And here is the spike that I keep referring. See, we are right in the middle right now. This is spike on April the 9th. That spike was a result of the breakout of this 3-day balance that you see here. So from this 3-day balance around, which is around the 40, excuse me, hold on. I have somebody here on the, give me 1 second. There. So what do you have? Out of this 3-day balance, and let me delete this, please. I'm so sorry. If you have any questions, please type it into the chat. I want to open the chat right now. Give me 1 second. There you go. I always forget to do that. Okay. So what do we have on the E-mini? E-mini, here are the 3-day balance, the first week of April. This is the first week of April. Okay. Out of this 3-day balance, we broke out of this 3-day balance a value, and then it gave us this 4104, 4120 spike. This was a Friday. I recall that. This was a Friday. And since then, we only been, every time we've been here, every single time we've been here, we bounce, right? Every time we go to the spike, we bounce back. Just have it on the back of your mind. Today is May 10, right? And we're coming back to the low completely, all the way to the low. This is the first time that we go to the low of the spike, 4104. Why do I bring that spike into place? Because these spikes at the end of the day, usually they reflect change. Something changed that day on inventory. And if you go back and look at that inventory that we print, it was pretty big. I think we were looking at 10,000, 20,000 lots. So these are probably institutional traders buying this inventory, trying to push that inventory much higher to get to the 40 to 30, that ultimate number. So having said that, now that you have made the trip back to the 4100s, you want to see whether or not these guys are willing to put money to work. All right. So this 4100 is important, extremely important for me. If it holds for today, the 4104, even if it holds for tonight, that is extremely important, 4104. And we just tagged it. I've been talking about this 4104 for the past freaking month over every single video that I do with you guys about the 4104 and why the importance of it. I think the last time we tagged it, was right here, May 3rd, just last week. Last week we tagged it, and what did we do? We bounced straight about 100 points from it. Look, all the way from 4118 to 4230, we bounced about 100 points from there. Those are the moves that you want to be taking, right? Those are the moves that you want to be capturing. In about a week, you get those reversals. What is my risk? Always define your risk. Well, like I told you, I have this 3-day balance. Let me minimize this just a little bit, a tiny bit. Here, you have this 3-day balance that comes from the first week of April, and that is a reference to these 3 days, 1, 2, and 3, right? This is the reference. So if you were to go long this market, 4100, and you are a position trader, good. Your risk is limited. Your risk is about 30 points, and your reward is about 100 points to go back up to the 4200. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and buy the whole core position now, but I will be starting to look for that myself. I will probably be placing 2 lots somewhere around here and just let them go. Don't look at them till 1 month later. See what the rest of May will do. We have yields this morning, yesterday I think it was, that the yields were starting to go back up, right? We were seeing the yields going back up. But if you guys recall, Friday and Monday, I think Friday and Monday, or Thursday, Friday and Monday, those yields were going down, and the NASDAQ was going down with it. So after that ugly payroll report, we saw a little of the bounce. So pay close attention to those yields as well for today. I will like to see those yields be steady around these 160s and the market to start to come back. I see the NQs holding. I mean, the NQ, what did it give us the NQ today? About 13,000. I mean, NQ now is 13,250. So we might be in the works that potentially we will be moving a bit higher throughout the rest of the day. Don't put everything on the table. We still have a long way to go. I have long many stocks. You guys know me. I am long, let me see. I am long my TQQs. Let me look at my chart really quick. What am I printing right now? Oh, you know what? It's not printing on my DAS Pro. Hold on. Let me restart my DAS Trader because that's what my Interactive Broker account is, DAS Trader Pro. But I can see it here. I want to show you what the positions I have and everything. And look at the market now printing 41.31. I mean, when we started the move here, I was at 41.14. I don't want to be missing these trades, guys. So let me go back to the trading part of it. But it looks like the NQ is coming back online. Let me restart my DAS Pro. And I'm looking at my Interactive Broker coming back beautifully. Oh, I love my Interactive Broker. I love my account today. Shorted the UVXY. By the way, I'm going to go over that. I shorted the 488. Now it's 473s. I sold about 50 lots of UVXY at about 25 cents. Collected about $1,000 on that, expiring Friday. You guys know my trade. Now ES coming back online about the 41.32. Now, we are now, you remember what I told you, we will tag. I just told you this, guys. I hope you guys took this trade. I really hope you guys were listening. I just told you, look for this ES to go back inside the overnight range and tag the open. And look, that's exactly what we are about to do. Here is the open. Boom. You just tagged it. All you had to do was take the long from the 23s. When I opened the room, we were at 41.14, and I told you, start look for the move inside the overnight range. Your target is 41.33. So kudos to you guys who traded this. I did not. I was just explaining the market to you guys. My trade was done since yesterday on the ES. I believe I missed this trade this morning. I was really naive not to put my order at the 41.04. I was trading oil. As a matter of fact, I will explain to you what did I do on my oil trade. Oil this morning hit the 64 bucks. And you guys know my trade, and you guys know what I did. Here is my trade from overnight, right? Look at this trade. I was sleeping, right? And while I was sleeping, I just placed my order right at 64. Why did I place it there? I placed my money where my mouth is. Yesterday, right? What did I say yesterday, guys? And here is the oil, right? Here is the oil. Oh yes, bubble, absolutely. Let me reply to my friend here. Bubble, it was right to it. It went right to it immediately. 4103.75 on the ES. So let's go back to oil. All right, oil. Yesterday, I even marked it for you guys. Those of you guys who were here in the room, start looking at the 64 for longs. Boom, 64 go long. Right? Start looking at 64 to go long. So last night I went to sleep. The market was about 64.70 last night before I went to bed. So what did I do? Place my order. I just placed my order. There it is. Just one lot. Nothing crazy. Just in case we see 63.50. Why did I place the order? Why did I place the order to go long 64? You guys know what's going on with the pipeline. You guys know what exactly is going on with the market. But as the Dow was dropping, the YM was dropping, the ES was dropping, the NQ was dropping last night, oil was easy money. All you have to do is go pick it up, guys. So place my order 6 cents below the 64. I got filled at 63.94. I got out at 65.20. Collected about, I think, $1,200. I don't know, $1,200. I don't even know how much money I make on this thing. What did I make on this thing? Position open, position loss for the day. There you have it. Okay, easy money while you're sleeping. Before you even turn on your computer, you're already positive $1,200. Okay, that was a very easy trade for you guys to take from the analysis we have been doing over the past 2 weeks, guys. I think over the past 7 days, about a 7 days trade. So easy money. Now, I just missed it again. We just came to 64.25. So if you guys been paying attention, right? That's right, Bubble. Unfortunately, we cannot make them accountable. I'm not trying to make them rich. I am just trying to make them consistent traders. Make sure that they are consistent on their trading. That's my only job, guys. I am not here to show off my trades. You have seen when I take losses. You have seen when I make money. Both ways, I'll show you. I am completely transparent. As a matter of fact, let's talk about losses. Let's talk about losses. What are the losses for me for today? 0. I haven't taken a single loss for today. Instead, I have positions that are taking some beating today, such as TQQ. Let me go back to FNGU. FNGU is down today 1%. At one time, FNGU was down almost 5%. I think my friend Bubble Trader, he displayed it on the screen early this morning. I think FNGU was down almost 5% this morning. And you see, I have around 500, and this was yesterday's trade, guys. I went long 26.63. I went long, let me show you, what else did I went long? Here are all my trades. And live, we made about $600 yesterday live with you guys on YouTube. When I exit these 500 shares here, and let me see, where did I get out? Here, I took FNGU, make about $400 from 26.75 to 27.30. Then I told you I will go long again, and I did. So here they are. I went long 2 trades, about $27, $26. I am losing about, the open is about $500. I am long 600 shares. I will hold this baby. This is literally 50% of my core position. 50%, just in case the market drops again. I missed it. I mean, I should have added here at 23 and have about 1,200 shares. I was expecting them below 22 or at least 23, and didn't take the risk there. I'm still long. Nothing wrong, guys. This is absolutely small potatoes if you're trading FNGU or you're trading stocks. Next one, long. Right, let me revisit every single long trade that I took yesterday on the room. SOXL, which is right here, SOXL. I have 200 shares, right? Told you guys I'm gonna go long. As a matter of fact, here I got 32.88. I got filled my order as the market was dropping yesterday, 32.88. This is 1/3 of my core position. I have TQQs 94.40 currently. I went long 98, 96 and 98. You guys see my order here. I went long $98 and $96. Okay, so easy, not losing nothing, guys. I mean, $600 on this thing. Okay, then I have SMH. All right, semiconductors down today about $1. I am long only 50 shares. I was expected to add another 150 today below 225. We never got to 20. Actually, my order at 225, I have to cancel it. My order at 225 did not get executed. They gave me 225 and a quarter, and my order was just sitting there. So I was like, man, screw it. I'm not losing absolutely nothing, right? About $1. That's what I'm losing. So those of you who followed those trades yesterday, your job was to look for how to add to those positions today, how to build your core position for today. Look at the E-mini. I just gave you about 27 points from 41.14 this morning. From 41.15, actually, when we opened the room, told you just go for the overnight range. This thing is going to tag the open. Now we are above the open, right? Let me go back to my oil because my oil might reverse back to the mean. And look at the oil. Let me see what is the point of control. Point of control on oil is right at 65, and we are building. If you guys were paying attention and listening to me yesterday during the market, how oil have this nice balance. Look at the value on oil. How value on oil now is right at this 64.50. Look at this value, guys. I love this. I mean, this gives me confidence every time I take a trade on my oil. Every single time I take my trades on my crude, I know these singles will be repaired. I don't know how bad API is going to be today, tomorrow EIA, and tonight API, but expect some craziness. I'm just going to tell you that. Expect those numbers to be probably exaggerated a bit. I don't know how bad this gasoline buildup is going to be because of this shutdown that we have going on, but this is going to be a good move on oil. I can expect oil to go back to $70 by June. I've been telling you guys about this since oil was 60 when we were trading the 61 level on oil. I have a couple of friends here in Houston who made over, I think, over 100K. He texted me the other day, man, thank you so much. These guys are big on oil, and he was a little scared of the 55 number. I talked to him, and he made pretty good chunk of money. He was so nice. He provided me a commission on that particular. He handles a trading desk for his family. They are in the oil business, and they were able to, just out of coming here to the room, take a trade, and from the 60s, they went long big, I think about 50 lots or 100 lots, and he collected some pretty good chunk of money on that trade. Kudos to him. And he's been coming to the room, and I've been sending him my analysis every day on oil, on what to do. I do handle money for someone else. I don't handle just my accounts. I handle some other funds for some other people. So I need to be held accountable for my own results that I have to give my clients. Nonetheless, I do make mistakes. I do miss on trades, just like you guys, retailers. We all do that. Sometimes we miss it by one tick. You guys recall yesterday. Oh man, look at this ES coming back online. Wow. Let me look at my interactive broker. I have one UVXY still sitting there. I love it, guys. I love it. I love it today. This is such a beautiful day. I mean, just shorting 50 lots and selling them at 28 cents, and now they are about 10 cents. That tells you what are you capable of doing in these markets when these opportunities come online. UVXY right now, oh my goodness, this is such a beautiful thing. I love it. They are 17 cents, guys. 17 cents. I'm already making 50% out of those $1,200 bucks. So I love it. I just love it. Let me see what these guys are talking to me. Yep. All right. So what do we do now? Okay. Everybody's asking me. What do we do now? We are at 41.42. Well, what else can you do? Here is your risk, my friend. Your risk is about 40 points if this thing drops from 41.40 to 4100 again, and your reward is to the high of the day. Would you be taking this trade? Maybe, right? If I don't want to risk 40 points all the way down and start going to the high of the day on the ES, which is 41.50, the market will probably reverse back to the mean, which is your point of control of 41.27. So what to look for in the markets right now? I will be let me go back to my ES. I will be very small, taking long trades here and hold the open. So my trade would be to probably go long. If this thing pulls back to the open, let's say if this is going to hold going into lunch, and if this holds going into lunch, then we might go to value area high, which is 41.46. So my trade will be to wait for the open 41.33s. As of right now, we are just trying to balance here, which is, I love it, which is really good. I love the fact that we are above the singles from overnight. Actually, we are right at the top of those singles from overnight range. If you look, we just went in conduct business here. And those business, by the way, those business that you see there, this is the Europeans this morning as we were dropping in the markets, right? We were dropping, and at 5 o'clock in the morning or at 7 in the morning, the market just whoosh, just drop. 7 a.m. Eastern, I said. And look at what we're doing right now. So that's why I told you, don't go long yet. Wait for the 33, right? Let's wait for the 33. If you would short those 42s, kudos to you guys. Look for the 41.33 as a potential comeback. But being inside these singles from overnight right now, as I'm speaking right now, this gives me a small confidence that the market might start balancing here, right? We might see a small balance between the value area high and the value area low. Now, let me say this, the value area low will move higher. This is a developing value area, right? It's only 70% of the business that has been conducted today. Now, from what I have seen so far, as of right now, it is 11:30, is that the value, we have it between 41.46 and 41.17. How nice that we have the 41.17 there, right? You guys recall the 41.17? The 41.17 is the low of those 3 days where the market went inside the spike, and every time we will bounce off that number, 41.17. So I'm going to have it on the back of my mind, 41.17. I will not be shorting this market at this point yet. I will be looking for long trades back to 41.50s. Those are the trades that I will be taking on the E-mini so far. And by the way, at this point, I have no choice but to scalp it because the moves are going to be so fast, maybe for about 3-4 points. And that will give me the $300, $300, $300 on 2 lots. Probably it's time to start scalping the market, right? Start scalping the market. You guys saw me already how much money I make on oil, how much money I made yesterday on my trades. I don't need to be trading, guys. And one of the things that you need to learn is once you understand the context of what the market is doing, is when to trade. But the most important thing is when not to trade. If you learn that, you're already rich. I mean, you literally, your account will grow. And the biggest thing is when not to trade. What the hell am I going to be doing now? As I came to the room, I told you, I mean, we were sitting at 14. Market went inside the overnight range. And I told you, once you go inside the overnight range, that's it. Here is your target, 41.33. This market now, I start going long this market. I have everything against me, right? I have everything against me. Going long at 43 is too late for me. For me, personally, it's too late. I know when not to trade. My move was to go long, probably, with you guys as we came inside the 41.21. Like I said, I trade my levels. I don't deviate from my rules. I have my rules. I put my money where my mouth is multiple times this week. You guys have seen me going long 64s, 64s, and just last night, long 64, back to 65 on oil. Really small, guys, collecting about $1,200 daily on oil. That gives me $5,000 in a week only on oil. Yesterday, I shorted with you guys. You guys saw me live shorting the ES at the 41.20, 42.20. Excuse me. Back to what did I get out yesterday? 42.04, I believe. Yep, there you go. You see, this gave me another $1,000 yesterday. Short all the way to the 42.27 or 37. Yeah, 40. 227, right? I collected 27 points. I got out of 4,200, right? For a minute, I thought that these guys were going to held the level. They didn't. So nothing for me to do now. I mean, I missed this baby at 4104 big time. As I was coming into the room, I was busy with my daughters, and now it's waiting mode for me. Currently, I'll be looking for 41.30s to start going long. Look at the open. We are right above the VWAP now, and this can give me the 41.56 on my beautiful trade on oil. Excuse me, on the E-mini. I have a couple of trades with, Boeing. I missed this trade with Boeing. Let me see what is my funding on this account, because I have so many stocks. I might not even have enough funds at this point. Let me see. What do I have? Yes, I have another 250. Okay, good. So I have another 250 for this account to go. Let me see. Should I start putting this money to work on the ES or put it to work on more stocks? Because if I put it to work on the stocks, I have to get in and get out today. I don't want to, unless I build it a core position, I need to get rid of my FMGUs and my TQQs. I have to get rid of them. And currently, I am not losing a lot. I'm losing about $100 on each of them. So I need to manage this money wisely. But let me see. Did anyone went long those $9 yesterday on the AMC? So yesterday, remember that 950 that we saw on the AMC? Man, I just got a message from my friend. He just got out at 10:20 this morning. I didn't. I got out at 978 last Friday, and I did not reload yesterday because I didn't see the $9. But we saw the 960s yesterday. So last trade I did was 957 on AMC. So nothing to do on that as of right now. Let me go back to the ES, see what are we doing on this ES. We might start to pull back a bit. Okay, so we're struggling here right above VWAP. We are struggling just a tiny bit. I wonder if this is such a nice, look at this, right? Higher low, right? I mean, this is right when I open the room, right here at 11 a.m., right? Right at 11, I really should have come with you guys with that trade. But not should have, could have, would have for me. I just know that was pretty sweet trade. Nice higher low, building some small higher low, back to the open, back above VWAP, next target 56. If you are long ES, look for 56 as your reward. Let me go back to Discord for 1 minute. I believe I shut down my Discord, and my guys, they need to be looking at the screen on my Discord as well. There you have it, and they can probably listen to me right now. There you go. I love your comment, Bubble. I really love it. We cannot be accountable for making people who follow you just richer. I'll be waiting, guys. I'm tempted to go long here with you guys on this 43, but I need to respect my rules. I'm late to the party, and I need to recognize when I am late to the party. And at this point, even though we have, at least we are trying with D period and E period, we are trying to stop this buy the deep type of thing. I do believe we can move lower into this 41.27. I mean, the point of control can jump. Actually, that's what is about to happen. This point of control will jump. It will migrate from 41.27 back to 41.40. So I'm waiting for this migration of the point of control. And if this point of control jumps to these levels, then your value area low no longer will be 41.19. Instead, the value area low will jump to 41.24, which is around the overnight low for the day. So know when to trade, and please, the most important, when not to trade. I know my rules. Let me go back to the chats here, see if I have any interesting question. No question from you guys. You guys are more than welcome to write on YouTube. I believe I have the chat box here open. And you guys on Discord, you guys are more than welcome to post those questions as well. Let me look at my interactive broker. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Love it. I love it. Love it. The trade that I did on UVXY. Beautiful trade. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous trade. My bad was not to add more to it. I'm tempted to go short here at 41.70. Let me show you here. So as the market was printing $5, right? As the market was printing these $5, I sold my calls. I sold the $5 calls for about 28 cents. And I'm tempted, if this market pulls back, guys, back into this low of 41.19, the UVXY will go to the 90s, and I will then short that UVXY, maybe a couple of thousand shares, if that is the case. Let me place an order for 1,000 shares right now to sell short. There you have it. My order is already in place. I don't need to do anything. Absolutely nothing. Here is the ES pulling back below this 41.40. Now, what is that purple line that you see there? I want to tell you what that is, because that is the point of control from last Tuesday. That point of control was revisited just once. Yeah, that point of control, we did revisit it, and that gave us the ultimate number of 42.38. And now we're right at it. So good chances is, like I said, value will be here for today, right? Value will be right around this area, 41.20s back to 41.40s on the ES. Very nice move, guys. Now the market is down 1%. The 1% in the market is absolutely nothing. Nothing. Sometimes the news makes just noise out of nothing. So just be aware of where you are at all times. 1% for me in the markets is nothing. There you go. Very nice, man. That was a good trade. My short side was probably better. Let's go back to the ES here. Did we see any signal on the ES reversal here? Let's see. All I see is that small distribution. Not enough for me to take a trade after seeing such a big move. But you did get your distribution candle on the 5 minutes. I use my candles only to take my entries. For nothing else, I use my market profile. I do not use candles for absolutely nothing else, just by looking at my entries. Use candlesticks patterns, of course. Other than that, my baby, my bread and butter is using market profile 2,000% of the time. It has never failed me. I have failed market profile by not taking the orders or by not placing my orders on time. This was a nice reversal. Here we come back to the open at 34. So if you guys short that 45, whatever, 44, again, I told you, look for the open to hold as your first target. If we drop below the open, then great. We go to the 27 mark, which is your point of control. Remember, point of control is always the mean of the trading period of your range. So that mean, that 70%, that big number where we have conducted most business so far, it could develop and jump much, much higher as we progress through the day. Man, this was, man, I'm just looking at the market here. We can reverse this baby quickly, but it looks like we're just gonna go tag the open. All right, here's the moment of truth. We get to this open, right? And if I start taking longs here, my risk, I need to know my risk immediately. My risk is 27, right? My risk will be 27. And look, they just missed the open by about 1 point. Oh man, hold on. Did we just miss that open by 1 single point or 1 tick? Yeah, by about 2 ticks, right? We just went to 34.50 and then we are trying to reverse. And that's the volume point of control. So far for the day, that is the VPOC, what you see here, that's the volume point of control. So this could be the move that I've been waiting for, that 34 to take it back to that 46. about 1,200 bucks on that trade that we can take. So if you guys are going to follow my trade, going long the open, remember my risk is right there, right at the 2027. That will be my risk. Now the composite, one thing that I forgot to show you this morning, guys, is what this composite. Look at the composite. All right, coming in this morning, here was the 4104, which was of course the low on our what do you call it, on the spike. But look how we came to that 44 right now, which is this high volume node, that HVN, right? You see how important those HVNs are, right? So that 33.75, which is our open, it is indeed also a high volume node. So we might get stuck here for a while until we break out and find some moves to take us to 56 or to take me to the 20s on the market. That 33, 34, whatever it is, can give you a good 1,200 bucks all the way back up to, to 46 and eventually that 56. So let me go into my market profile and start placing. Holy crap, wait, it just went higher. Well, they just reversed it from the 35. Dang it. Well, there you go, you guys. You guys just saw it live why they came to tag the open. I mean, and we missed it by 2 ticks. And now gave you about 600 bucks. Man, that was a good trade. Back to the open. So if I see it again, let's see if we can test it, right? Test this back. If not, they can give me an ABC back to 25, and I can wait for that ABC at 25 level. That would be a much better trade. My risk will be 10 points, and I will mark it for you guys right now. 41.27, that was the break of the C cup. Yeah, that was the break of the C cup that gave us 41.46. Now, as we came down, here is my open, and here is the 41.27. Now, 41.27, it is also my TPUG, all right, point of control for today. A lot of confluence, and I love this. I love when I see confluence because I can take much, much safer, right? I have a safety net as to what is my risk really defined. Either I go long my 33, here is my risk, all right? If by any case I see a flush in the market and we hit 27 and I go long 27, that is my risk. Overnight low, which is 23.25. My risk is defined. My reward, it is defined before I even pull the trigger on my order. So let me place my order quickly. Come on, man, quickly. Do I have, oh, I need to have my brackets. Not 2 brackets, 1 bracket. Simple. I'm looking to capture 10 points. Oh, not 100 points, 10 points. And my risk, no more than 300 bucks, right? Place it right at the open to buy long the E-mini. And I hopefully will, these guys pull back just for me, please. Let me look at my book, see what the bookmap is showing. Bookmap is still showing that 50. Look at the 50 light up, right? 50 light up, and then you have your 45s. And here we have our 37s on the bookmap. So good chances are I would like to get this revisited. This is the revision that I'm looking for. You start to see this cloud on your bookmap, a couple of orders sitting there. I want to go grab those with the guys. I want to go with the money. Where is the money? I want to go with them, right? Go with them. Let me blow it up just a tiny bit, and I want to see it. I want to see this. 38s. Okay, so I see 38s already. 35s, I don't see that many right here at the open. But as we flush this market, there is a good chance. Look immediately how they place their orders, right? Immediately as the market starts ticking lower, look how they are moving them. You guys see them, right? Jumping. Look at this. I want you to observe the price action. Here is the price action live. And these guys keep moving their orders. They might want to go long here, right at the open, right? And then they immediately put them back on. This is a nice algo that they have working on us as we move throughout the day. But here's the 50, right? Here is the 50. By the end of the day, we might hit that. I want to collect those 1,200 bucks, right? That's how we make 3, 4, $5,000 a day here in the room is just by placing our orders, looking at multiple levels, and placing our trades. I believe my 30, what is it, 32 that I have here, 31 will be right in the middle, right here, my longs to take it back to my 50 level. All right, let's see what the trades are doing on FNGU. FNGU now is literally losing only 30 cents for the day, right? Nothing, absolutely, nothing. I mean, FNGU moves about $2 per day. So tomorrow we might get this money back. I'm actually planning to add another 600 shares if I see them today coming back to this 24, right? And this will be such a sweet trade. That can give me about $2,000 along only this week. UVXY now trying to pull away. I'm seeing 471. Let me look at my options. Options are showing 20 cents. 20 cents. I love it. Love that trade. Netflix positive today and Roku positive today. I was just looking at that here on my other account. Coinbase positive. Remember Coinbase, I exited 280. Now look at these guys, back to 300 bucks. I exited my trade at 280 and well, nothing to do. I make good money. We went long 265. I mean 260, 253s, 280. Pretty good chunk of money. Now we are back about 300 bucks. What is Wayfair doing today? Flat, right at 320 when the market is down almost 1%, greater than 1%. Wayfair holding the 320, guys. We will be trading Wayfair a lot more. Probably next week, I'll be putting more trades on Wayfair, okay? Back to oil. Somebody's telling me, hey, look at oil, look at oil. Back to my oil trade. Jerry, are you still in the room, Jerry? Jerry saying, we have quite a few gaps lower. Do you think we will be filling it soon? No, Jerry, I don't think so. Honestly, I'll show you why. Are you talking about the ES? I'm thinking you're referring to the ES. Am I right? If you're here in the room and you're referring to the ES, we have a couple of gaps. And as I blow up my charts here on the E-mini, you guys probably going to see those gaps for ES. And by the way, I follow the gaps a bit different from probably what you are accustomed to see. I don't know if you're following the daily charts, which are candlestick patterns on the ES, but we have the gap that has not been filled on the market profile. The gap is from April 1st. If you are referring to this gap, which is all the way to 4,000, right? That gap is all the way to 4,015, Jerry. Do I think we will get there? Yes. Let me give you a sample. Market moves with inventory. For you to go all the way to 4,000, you need supply. What we have seen over the past, almost 3 months now, and I have any statistics. If you go to my Discord channel, I did post it there. It probably is there. I have to research where it is. I have any statistics there. Every time, and it is proven, every single time the S&P 500 has dropped for 3 consecutive days, you have a new higher level being printed out of my E-mini every single time. And you can see it clearly whether you have balance and do breakouts, right? You need inventory. For you to go all the way to 4,000, you need supply. The supply is not there. Today, they could easily break the 4,100. If we break this 4,100, right? Breaking this 4,100, that will give me an idea that we will target these 2 levels, which is again the 4,060, and then the 4,000. So if you're asking me, we have these gaps lower, it depends on your time frame. What is the time frame that you are playing? If you're playing a core position like I do with my SPY trades or the ones that I do with iron condors or the ones that I do with credit spreads, I would say to you, yes, we might get there, but when? The thing is, do you make money now or do you sell credit spread and make money in about 40, 50 days? I sold and yesterday, right? Go to the video from yesterday. I told you guys 422 a SPY, right? Go check the price. How much was this put? This was the SPY. All right, this is the SPY. Yesterday I told you before I even closed the room what I was going to do with this trade, right? Go check the video. Everything is recorded on our video. Absolutely every single trade I trade. And why do I take the trade, right? So are we going to grab this gap, right? And we have this gap right at 4,014. We need supply. We have not. Every time the supply come, they come from 4180. Guys, you guys need to really, really concentrate on this. Yesterday, we closed 4181. Where did we drop? To the bottom of the spike. Where did we drop back on April 15 from 4181? Where did we stop? 4112, right? So your supply is here and your demand is here. Unless something changes in the market, that's what we need. Market profile, it record changes in the market, changes in the price action, right? So if you are looking at market profile, you want to make sure you are seeing where those changes happen and when they stop. How do we stop those? Today, I mean, how, I don't even know if Bubble, I will ask Bubble privately later, or my other traders. I don't know if Annette was trading today. I haven't seen her, whether they took this trade. And my guys on the video, I will call my friend here in Houston and ask him, because guys, this was right, the money was right there, just go and grab it. I mean, even yesterday when I took the short from the 20s to the 4,200, that's the reason I took my trade, right? I was looking for a change. Change has to happen. Change has to be in the market. Now, did we see any change from Friday? Yes, from Friday to Monday, I told you, guys, this thing is weak. Even Dalton, he posted it. Let me go to his tweet, Mr. Dalton, which, by the way, that's who I learned market profile 12 years ago. Dalton posted it yesterday. Let me see if I can search it. Jim Dalton. Let me go to his website first and see if he has any feed from here, from Twitter, somewhere in his website, for me to show you. He posted it. I believe it was Saturday morning. I was actually doing the same thing. Saturday, I was analyzing Jim Dalton here, Jim Dalton Twitter account. Let's see if I can find it and show you quickly. There it is. I found it, right? And he said this Sunday. When was it? Sunday. Let me see his last picture. Yes, there it is. Check it out, right? And here is my mentor, by the way. All the credit goes to this guy. I just emailed him Sunday night. He hasn't replied to my email regarding an nuance that I saw in the market as well on Friday. But anyways, this is one of the poorest things that we have seen. And he posted here in the room, right? Every time you see high quality value, he say we need volume, right? In the past, I remember when I was being taught by him, he wouldn't, well, it's not that he wouldn't pay a lot of attention to volume, but we didn't have volume on Friday. So as I came yesterday here to the room, I told you guys, Friday is ugly. Friday is the ugliest thing. And I went myself, this was Saturday morning, I was doing my own recap on my accounts and recording my transactions. I went and I stopped by and I look at this ugliness of Friday, and you need to recognize change. I'm going to go back to the context a little bit. When you recognize change in the market, is it changing for the good, or is it changing and trying to trick you? It might try to trick you and think, oh yes, here is value, when in reality there is no value. I mean, if you look at Friday value, guys, was 42.20 back to 42. 29, 42.30. Here is the value, right? Here is the value. And I'm like, wait a minute. If I have value all the way high, Monday opens, and you know what happened on Monday, yesterday, right? And you have the overnight high from Sunday night, which is 42.38, I believe. So why, if this was such a great move Friday, right? So I see the change. Why did Monday overnight high wasn't even tested in the first 30 minutes? We roll over completely. We make a U-turn midday. And as we were sitting here in the room live on YouTube, we saw 42.30, which was the top of the value area high from Friday. And I said to you guys, I'm looking at the SPY. I'm buying puts 422 because of this. Then I said to you guys, I'll be looking for any drop below 42.20 for me to short the market. I did exactly that. I took it all the way to 4,200, collected about $2,000 on that, collected on my puts, collected on the puts today. I mean, everywhere is recorded. Now, change, when you start seeing change in the markets, that's when you're gonna be, as you come experience with market profile, you will not only go and say to yourself, oh man, we're gonna go clear such and such gap. Yes, you might be on the right track. One thing that I will tell you right now, right, as I'm about to close the room, is that developing value now is lower, right? Here is Monday. We overlapped Friday, which was ugly, right? We have a double distribution yesterday, and I posted on Discord, right? So all of this is in the back of my head. Oh, there is a double distribution. And I posted for all of you guys. There is a double distribution. Great. Now, something has changed. Immediately, I see a change in the market. Immediately, there is the big C in my head. All right, something changed in the market. What do? I have to be responsive, and I need to understand how the market will respond to the change. So last night I saw the market at around 11 at night, and we were printing 41.60. And the moment I saw 41.60, I said to myself, man, this baby might target this 41.20, right? 41.20. So this morning, as I came to my screen, my puts were triple or quadruple in value. Closed all of them, all of my puts, right? Closed all of my puts. And then these guys, they just flushed. I literally went to grab breakfast with my wife and my kids, and this thing printed 41.04. I mean, what can I do? I make my money. I was happy with it. I was not in the room. I just came to open the room for my YouTube guys. And I said to myself, man, this thing goes above this overnight high, we will print 33s and then print these 40s. And that's exactly where we are right now. If you look at it, it's all about change. The more you have experience with market profile, the easier it's going to get for you to understand where the volume is. If you are a short-term trader, which is what we are, I am a short-term trader, you will have a better notion. Are we going to close those gaps down? Yes, 100% those gaps will get closed. By when is the question? I have no idea, because my job as a retail trader is to look at change. Where is my supply and where is the demand? If I understand those two concepts, the easier thing is to trade any instrument. It doesn't matter if you trade stocks, options, bonds, futures, E-mini, crude oil. It does not matter. It's all about change in the markets. Nothing more. If we understand those two concepts, yes, we can screw up sometime. I have a screw up multiple times. Back in March, I did a screw up on the read of the market. And it happens. I have lost money in front of my guys. They have seen it. They have seen me when I'm up $5,000 in a day, and my losses, they have seen me when I take maybe $500 loss, $1,000 loss. I don't take that much losses on futures. I try not to. The other day, I was upside down almost $2,000, I think it was $2,600 the other day. And they saw me taking the pain, but then I held the pain. I held that 2,600 loss because I start seeing change in the market. When we hit change in the market reversed completely. I literally broke even on my trade and make money on an additional trade that I did throughout the day. Why? Because I knew where the change actually happened in the market. I was able to recognize where the change was. I am not the I never feel like I am a guru when it comes to market profile. My mentor, who is Mr. Dalton, is the one that I always refer to when it comes to market profile. And by the way, I read his book almost every weekend, guys. I go to his book. If you guys wants to learn market profile, I am building actually myself a course which is more about context, understanding context in the market, and understanding change and understanding value. I will concentrate on those three areas. I'm building the course right now. I'm probably going to have it by the end of the summer. And I'm basing it on the three books, Mind Over Markets. If you guys really want to learn about market profile, go look for Mind Over Markets, start reading it. I was just finishing chapter 8 on Sunday, and specifically talking about what I just explained to you guys about change. I just finished like rereading and reading it again and then reading it again about exactly how to identify change in the market, how to identify things such as this. Okay, market is below the initial balance, right? I just did a video yesterday on that for the new course that I'm building. So here is the overnight low, and here is the initial balance. Okay, there's cyan color, and you see the market just flush immediately, and you know that it's flushing to, right, to an area that it has been designated. Now look at the volume that you printed right here. Three guys, three bidders, just three guys were sitting here taking these lots. Let me blow up those a little bit for you to understand it. Let me split it, right? And oops, that's not what I meant. Hold on, let me go here. There you go. Here is overnight. Now look at what happened. I'm gonna split this here, and I'm gonna split the C period. I want you to look at something. And by the way, I used to teach this with my guys back in 2017. I would separate every profile because I want to see the volume on every profile. And I want to see for signals such as this one. Look at the amount of shut off. This is like a shut off of volume here at the lows. There are three guys, three transactions that happened. Only three transactions, and it was not mine. Maybe it was Bubble, my friend. There were only three guys who took the trade here. Three transactions. What is this telling you? What is this telling you when you start observing volume and what we call it a shut off of bidders and offers, right? The bid and offer. What is this telling me as I am a retail trader, a short-term trader, looking for reverse, looking for buy the dip and all this stuff? What is it telling me? You're going to see that in the course as I explain deeply how I have used this to my advantage over 10 years now, and every time it has paid off. Okay, today, this morning, as I see that 41.15, I saw this number right beforehand when I came into the room, and that's why I said, man, if we just go, when you have the initial balance here, right, here is my initial balance, here is your overnight, you went below that number, you went to a level where you knew ahead of time, you knew demand was here around that number. So your risk was zero, nothing, absolutely nothing, no risk. But your reward was just the move back into the tagging of that overnight low. If you go into your candlestick and analyze the trade that happened today in front of you, we went like this, and I think I'm gonna get the candlestick now. We went to 41.04, we went to 41.23, Then we came back to 41.10. We created that higher low, and then from 41.10 we went to 41.32 before we went above, right, above the range. I told you, let's get back inside the overnight range, come and test the overnight range, then back to the open. Go and analyze what happened today, right? Just go and analyze it and start looking at those nuances of the market. As we come along into my course that I'm developing, you guys are going to understand everything that happened live in the market profile, and you will be able to take those trades much faster and without any hesitation on pushing the mouse, clicking the mouse. Let me go back to my 2 minutes. And where is it? Did I hold on, give me 1 second. Did I move it? Probably moved it. Let me see. Where are you? Give me one. Where is it? I just had it here. I moved it. I'm so sorry. There. I moved it. Let me, before anything, let me cancel this. I want you to see this, what happened exactly. And I'll make this a 1 minute. So for you to see minute by minute what actually happened in the market. It's past 12, guys. I will shut the room. But look at what happened as you hit this 4105, right? I will mark a couple of things before I do that. Overnight low, I will mark it, which is 4123. So let me do that for right now. 4123, there it is. I will mark that number. And look, I will mark that level just for you to see what happened live in the market. And just a good understanding sometimes. Here is the flush, right? Here is the flush from the initial balance. Remember, all of this is the initial balance. Yeah. Here is the C period. Here is the flush. Where do we stop? Out of 3. Look at what happened on that chart off of offers and bid. We went back to the range. We tagged the range right here. Look at the range. We tagged it. Boom. Right? We tagged it. Came back. Where do we go? 4110. They gave you now a small higher low. Yeah. Now, what do you want to see? You want to see come back to it, right? Come back to it. There is the come back to it inside the overnight range. This candle open, try to test it, right? Here's the cross recross on your overnight low. Game over, right? Look at the whole thing and just study it. Tag, test it, fail, overnight low, cross, recross, boom, back to 33. Here is the open, right? If I mark the open, and then if you are someone like, who is pretty good at candlestick and all of that stuff, well, I have so many patterns on my head, but the patterns that I follow the most are bullish engulfing candles. And you see here I have a study on my toss, think or swim. You see these yellow candles, those are bullish engulfing candles. This is the 1 minute. I don't care about the 1 minute. Usually I go for the 5 minutes. But that was your cue. If you are a candlestick, a statistic type of person who have a study technical analysis, I mean, what else do you want, right? I mean, this is a by the book. This is by the book. I mean, there you have it. Invert the head and shoulder, whatever you want to call it. Here is the neck, right? If you miss the invert the head and shoulder on the 1 minute chart as you're trading the market, here is the C cup. Here's the cup and handle, right? I love C cups. This is what I trade the most. This is my living when it comes to my entries, right? Here is my entry, right? Here is the C cup. Here is the breakout. Even if you go long the 27, right? Here is the open at 33. Here is the VWAP, right? What are we doing with the VWAP now, right? Go above the VWAP, come and test the VWAP, and now nowhere to go. Balance mode, right? Balancing. It's just the market is just going to balance here. That's why I told you, if I take a trade, it's for me to scalp the market. Scalp it maybe for $200, $300, maybe 3 points on the market. Nothing wrong with that. I scalp the market all the time. I scalp it all the times. But this move of the 14 of the 10 or 15 as I opened the room this morning, this was the better trade, right? You have this small risk, and this was all your reward. And some of you guys grab it. I just saw some of the guys grabbing it. So give me 1 second. I will be closing the room now, and we'll be going over what to look in the E-mini for at the end of the day. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys saw it, 4150 on Bookmap. It's still there, right? We just tag. You saw it, and look, they are lighting up 52s already. These guys really want to reverse the market. Okay, great. I love it. I love it. They are trying to reverse the market back to 50s and 52s. But look at this mess. This is pure algos. Algos is stopping retail traders back and forth if they don't know when to stop trading. These are just the algo is going to kill them. They put 2-point stop, you go long 46, you get stopped out. You go long here, you might have a good chance if you're very smart to wait for those 38s. Here is where you want to be. You want to be with this algo. And as they coming lower, look how they are moving those orders. The algo is just working against all of the retail traders right now. They just keep working and working. Check it out, right? Check. And they might, what they're going to do, pull them to 38, right? They will pull them to 38. Let me take a look at the ugliness of Tesla today. Tesla was down, I think, 30 bucks this morning. I have positions on Tesla, by the way. Full disclaimer, I own Tesla. I own spreads. I own a lot of stuff on Tesla. And 600 bucks. Woo, man, we gained below. I wish my friend was here. He used to trade Tesla a lot. And boom, 580 back to 620. Loving it. Beautiful trade. Let's go back to the E-mini. And let's close the room now. It is 12. It's been over an hour. I do appreciate all of you guys being here. Really, really, I like it. Make sure you guys always leave your comments on my videos. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys know someone else, please come back over and invite them over. This is a free 1 hour what I explain what we do. Sometimes I take trades live. Most of the time I take trades live here with you guys. Look at oil sitting right at 65, guys. Right, we are right at the previous day settle. It hasn't moved, right? It didn't move, but this trade from 64 to 65, this was my bread and butter for today. I am up almost $3,000 for today. Lovely trading so far on oil. What am I going to do? Wait. SOH. Sit on my hands. SOH on that oil. Maybe I'm going to grab it here if I see this 64.30. You'll see my trade. So let's go to the E-mini. Before I do that, let me merge with the profile so that we can see the bigger picture. And before I close the room, I'll let you know what to expect out of the ES, or at least what the market is telling us about what the expectation is for the end of the day. Like I told you, look at what happened, right? What did I told you about half an hour ago? The value will move to 41.23. There you have it. Value area low is now at 41.23. I told you the point of control that was at 41.27 is going to jump to 41.40. There you have it, right? Just like I said about 20 minutes ago, because I have so much exposure to market profile over the past 10 years, I know exactly what the market will do. I know exactly, not what the market will do, excuse me, what the profile will do. I never know what the market will do. I will never, ever, ever know exactly what the market will do. The market is an algorithm. It is a auction. It is not something you want to play with for you to be calling what the market will do. Please understand that. I know what the profile will do based on the information we have in front of us. This is nothing more than, and he refers it to the book as an MGI. This market profile is nothing more than market generated information. You have to use it at your own risk, but this is not an indicator. This does not give you 100% indication of what the market will do. Nothing more than a generated information. Based on my experience of the generated information that I have seen throughout my years of experience, here it was, right? Here we have the TPOC originally, I said this baby is going to jump. Why? Now you have 5 TPOs right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As soon as you start printing 5 TPOs, this TPOC will jump from that 27 all the way to that 40. And it still can be pushed much higher. Now remember one thing, the TPOC is your kind of a magnet for orders that are on the book, because when it comes to the value, when you start trading inside this blue area, which is the value of the day, that's where most business has been conducted throughout the day, right? So if you are at the extremes, remember, here is the bell curve, right? If you look at the bell curve, I like to trade here. This is where you're supposed to be trading. You're supposed to be trading the extremes. Trading here is nothing more than noise, in the sense that the market will give you these moves, such as 1 point, 2 points. But if you trade extremes, these extremes are the ones that are going to make you much money, right? So market profile is, to me, because I have seen it for so many years, kind of easy how to understand the market generated information. Still, I messed up most of the time, even on my own trades. I misread stuff sometimes. But when you start understanding what the context is, where the change is at, it becomes much easier. As we close in the room, I'll tell you one thing. Now that we see that this jump happened, right, on my power, on the TPOC, on the TPO point of control, now that I see this TPO jumping here, I will expect the market to do in these type of rotations. These rotations back to the TPOC and even lower. So again, and I will keep saying this, the open is extremely important for you going long this market, right? Going long this market. The demand was right there. And I will go back here to my profile, my bookmap, to show you. If you understand change in the market, the change happened today at 4104, right? The change happened right here, right there. You see change happening in the market. But then this change needs to be tested, right? So look at this change in the market. As the market came lower, where is the demand for my E-mini today? There is the demand right at the open, right around the 41.34, 33. So as you are trading throughout the end of the day today, if I'm long right now 40, I know that this is my stop. For sure, I want these guys to come back and defend this level. Let's say I take a small hit of 3 points, or you take some hit on it. I want to make sure these guys are holding this 41.35, right? The change happened here, right around 41.15, all the way to 46. Then we retest that open. We missed it by 2 ticks. So I know, right? Supply and demand. Here is my demand, and here is all the supply. So going back to the questions that I see from some of you guys in the room, are we going to be targeting those other gaps? Maybe. But if we are, I need to see the supply. If I don't see the supply, there is no way we are going lower. There is just no way. All right? In order for the prices to move lower, we need supply. And remember, that inventory is all the way from April the 9th. That's the reason why I've been talking about it, about this April the 9th. That inventory and that spike, it was, if I would have seen that last Friday, we would have a different story. But last Friday, this was weak, guys. This was extremely weak, right? This is Friday, here. See, look, this was such a weak structure, right? Poor high, no volume. It was ugly. This was completely ugly, right? This move. So look at Monday, right? Monday, the moment we open the market, we just go lower. We went back to target. We target yesterday on Monday. You guys saw me going live here at 41.30. And I told you guys, we tagged the open. There is a good chance we go to 38. 38 was the overnight high from Sunday night. But immediately what the market did is just boom, flush. Bunch of supply hit the market. So supply and demand change. Look for a change in the market. The market has changed today in comparison to yesterday, in comparison to last week. So our job is to monitor change. If tonight, right, if to even towards the end of the day, look at what's going on today, right? Look at what's going on and look where we are. If we do not hold, if we drop to this 4100 and we do not see these guys coming online to buy this 4104 again, we will test this 3-day balance. And this 3-day balance is your 4060 to 4072. Okay? So it is already 12:30 Eastern time. I will leave you with this. I will leave you with the idea that we might come back and test the open right now before the end of the day. We might even settle there. I mean, if you look at the shut off that we had at 4104, nothing wrong with them flushing this inventory, right? All this inventory. And we need to have an afternoon pullback as well. So they usually give us an afternoon pullback around 1:30 once they come from lunch. So we might be looking at an afternoon pullback. And you see this volume right here, HVM right there around 41.24. We might target that 41.24, 27, and then move back to the point of control, which is 41.37. That will give you 10 points, about $1,000. All right. So look for those two reversals. Let's see if we can come back to the 20s, test the open. Let's say you fail the open. Great. It gives you even a better entry. Let them come to 27 and then go back up to 37. Your risk, if you go long this 27, 28, look at the overnight low. Your risk is 5 points to capture 10 points. All right. So I'm going to leave you with that as I am closing the room, and I'm going to go back to oil. And oil is going to be the same story, same story. Nothing has changed for me. My perspective on oil is still the same. Nothing has changed. I will increase this drawing to go all the way back to May 19 for you to see the balance. Is important for me to see change in the market. Market on oil has not, oh, did I just move it? Yes, I did. Has not changed. Let me adjust it. Let me make sure I can adjust this baby back to where it was. There. I'm going to leave it right there. There. I'm going to lock it before I move it again. So my stance on oil is all about change. How we make any change on oil? Nope. Value at 64. Value at 64. Value at 64. Value at 64. That is the low at 64. Back to 65. So my move on oil, wait for them to come back. For me to go back, to go and grab those singles. We left singles. There are not a lot of singles, but we left some singles nonetheless last Tuesday, around 66. Now, and remember this gap, we left a couple of points here, a couple of ticks, like 3 ticks, and we have singles all the way at 62. By the way, don't forget about this. We have singles that we have not repaired from April 26. I sent this last night to my friend, just like what you see here on the screen. I sent it to him yesterday, and I told him, forget it. If you go long again, these 64s, watch out for a $2 stop, right? He trades big, so he can take a $2,000 stop, and you take a $2 stop, which is 2,000 on one lot, but your reward from 64 all the way to 70 is about $6, $6,000 per lot. That's how he makes $60,000 on 10 lots, and he makes $120,000 on 20 lots. Know your risk, know your reward. I keep collecting premium from oil, and I keep collecting my 20% from all my clients as I trade their money in the markets. All right, guys, I will be seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, 11 a.m. Let's see what the market is doing. Here we go. They're coming down to 38, and it is 12:30. Guys, I have to let you guys go. Thank you so much again for coming. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell. You will get notifies. You will get those notifications every time I post a brand new video. Last night I did not do a recap video. I was feeling not well. Today I will see you guys tonight during the Globex. I'll post the video for tomorrow morning, what to look for in the markets. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jerry, for coming. Bubble, thank you. Have a good evening, Bubble, in the UK. Enjoy your dinner. And let's see if this point of control is going to be pushed down towards that 43 or towards the 33. We are right at the halfback of the day on the E-mini, right at 41.35, I believe. 50% of the whole range for today. So start looking for that reversal, just like I told you. Go small or go big. I don't care. It's your money. Go look for these 27s to hold, right? My stop will be the 23 and my move back to 37, even back to 47 in case they move towards those orders that we have on the book map. All right. Thank you, guys. Let me shut this down and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow morning. It was such a great trading day today. Beautiful trading day in the markets. Take care. God bless. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow morning. Now, I'm going back to Discord. Those of you guys who are on my Discord channel, I'm going back to Discord. I am live there as well to chat with you guys. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.